I don't think there's a streamer that doesn't know who I am.
Let's go, baby!
They call me a legend, and I just, I say thank you very much, and it feels good to be looked up upon by your peers.
Why be an Elden Lord when you can be a god, baby?
My name's Rocky Stoutenberg, aka Rocky No Hands, and I play video games with just my mouth. Being a gamer, definitely you have to have quick thought process. You got to be able to think quick and mostly just keep your brain working, always going. Everyone who knows me thinks I'm very competitive.
Let's go, baby!
I hate to lose a lot. Well, in 2006, I broke my neck. I was at a party and I was wrestling around with the kid and I got dropped on my head on a mattress and ended up breaking my neck at C3, C4. When I came home, I think it's when it hit me the most, especially if you're someone like me who spent like most of their time using their hands to build things or work on things or play sports.
He used to play hockey, football, work out all the time, he'd wrestle, fight. Like, that's just a part of who he was. Just seeing him hooked up to all the tubes and all the stuff, I didn't know what to feel.
I think the hardest part about my recovery was getting over the mental state of just nothing moves anymore. You can't do nothing you used to do anymore, and kind of like seeing all your friends disappear. I just kind of felt like life was over.
He was giving up at that moment. One night I was at my friend's house hanging out, and then when I came home, I walked in my brother's room and I just stood over him. He was sleeping, but I was like talking to him, telling him that I'm gonna do something. And I thought to myself, like, this is my opportunity to push him to get something, like a new device, to get him motivated to do something other than go to the movies, go to hockey games, because all that stuff gets repetitive and old. And then the next day, just Google searched things for people that were paralyzed, like controllers. And then I was like, let's just buy this thing.
The QuadStick is basically just one joystick with 3 holes that you can sip or puff into, and then it has a lip trigger at the bottom that you can press, and then you just have to figure out a way to combine them all to basically simulate a controller.
To relearn video games through his mouth. It did take a while. Hours on end just playing each other every single day. I'd say it took him like a solid year or 2 just to learn how to set binds on the controller. He had to learn everything himself. Like, QuadStick just gave you the device and gave you the program and really didn't give you... It was like the first person to figure out all this stuff.
Okay, so the QuadStick has 1 analog to look around, or you can move around with the analog. And then it has 3 holes you can sip or puff into 1 hole, 2 holes, or 3 holes at the same time. And then there's a lip trigger at the bottom you can press. And then there's a side hole over here where you can like pause the game, go into settings, change the profiles. You just have to figure out a way to combine them all to basically simulate a controller.
From him, the way he taught me is never take it easy on anybody. So I wasn't gonna let him win. Plus, he used to beat me in video games, so this was my opportunity to beat him and stuff. So I just crushed him and kept crushing him. But the thing is, he never gave up. Like, he kept playing, and then I'd leave, go to my house, and my mom would say he'd stay on and keep practicing. And then I'd go home, we'd play online. And then eventually, like, it just got to a point where he got so good at the NHL game where I just couldn't beat him anymore. And then I had friends I would call, they would come over to visit him, and they would play, and they were like, are you letting him win? Because they were watching me play him. And I was like, no, you play him. And then he would beat them, and then it just became like he was really good at it.
My mood probably changed a lot. I might have not noticed it, but just to be able to like hang out with my brother and my buddies, and we would just game all the time. Instead of me watching them to the TV or something like that, I was actually involved. I've played games from Elden Ring to Cuphead to Call of Duty to Fortnite. So I'll play anything and everything that comes out just so that basically the world can see that if I can beat it with just my mouth, then they all got a shot at enjoying it.
I dabbled in Twitch, and I thought it'd be really cool if he was able to showcase what he was doing, because to me it was amazing that he was able to do that with his mouth.
Once again, my brother was like, hey, I found this thing, I think you'd be good at it. I think you would blow a bunch of people's minds on the internet.
That's where it all started. He just got hooked and never stopped streaming.
When I first started streaming, I kind of just did it as a hobby, and then over the years it kind of turned into where I'm like inspiring a lot of people in the world, or I've gave them like the chance to try something in life they thought that they couldn't do. Kind of makes me feel good knowing that I'm helping out others.
Now he has a whole super big following of all new people that accept him as him.
I think right now I'm most inspired by just my nieces and nephews, seeing them grow up and trying to be a good uncle. I think that's my number one thing. You know, I can't really teach them how to ride a bike that good, even though I'll spend hours out there trying unsuccessfully, but I can definitely teach them how to game. I met my girlfriend Jacqueline through gaming. Her name's Marin Data on the internet. We were watching her stream on Discord, me and a few of my other buddies, and they were daring me to see if she would play video games with me. I DM'd her and we started playing video games together, and since then we've been together for about 3 years. And we're just ready to finally be together and, you know, start our own family maybe. She has beaten me in Fortnite a few times, and there's no recorded evidence, so.
My brother has 3 Guinness World Records, 2 in Fortnite and 1 in Call of Duty. I think for most wins in Fortnite, most kills with the QuadStick in Fortnite, and most kills in the Battle Royale with the QuadStick.
I also grew up like looking at the books, seeing like this guy do 1,000 push-ups or something, and I was like, I could do that. That would be awesome. But then once I was injured, I was, you know, like those dreams or ideas were gone. So when I got my first one, I was like, dang, I actually did it. And then, you know, now I got 2, 3. So now I'm working on 4, and we'll see what the future brings me.
I broke him. What?
I see him at the top of Twitch eventually. That's what I see, because he's not going to stop until he gets there. I want people to see my brother's story, Rocky, and take it as a lesson to never give up, because you can be completely paralyzed and still have a life for yourself.
Let's go, dude.
Masters.
Congrats, dude.
The hundreds of friends I've made over the years, the, you know, moments you can have just laughing, arguing, falling in love, all those things you get from gaming that you never could have got from just sitting at home watching TV by yourself. When I first started streaming, I kind of just did it as a hobby. My brother thought it would be something cool for everyone to see. And then over the years, it kind of turned into where I'm like inspiring a lot of people in the world. Just to inspire more than one is a win for me.